watch a little closely is Craig Smith, who stole the puck. Got it in the slot. Mott with a shot, and that's deflected off the stick of Kapanen in front and out of play.
That's been good for Wings as well. All these last four games, fourth line for much better. Craig Smith on that fourth line, and he's done a good job with Tyler Mott and Michael Rasmussen. Tom McClellan not afraid to throw them out there in any situation.
7 minutes, 56 seconds to go here in the opening period. 14 shots by the Red Wings, 3 for the Montreal Canadiens.
Again, they got to play, no shot badly, but the National Predators and somehow hung on and won that game. You've got to give credit to their backup goaltender, Dobis has really been good for them. This record so far this season, 7-4-2 with a .904 save percentage.
Yeah, Montreal only had 17 shots in that win over the Nashville Predators the other night.
They didn't get many wins like that all season long with 17 shots.
1-0 Red Wings on the Dylan Larkin tally. Slavkovsky in the right corner of the Montreal zone, had it chipped away by Larkin. Quick centering attempt that was off a Montreal stick. Now DeBrincat with a half wide open net, and he shot it wide.
Apply his stick again, deflected up high just above the crossbar. His top line buzzing down the offensive zone.
Slavkovsky with a bump on DeBrincat. Now moves it out to center to Dvorak, and he'll fire the puck around the boards and behind the Red Wing goal.
It's the battle of the top lines right now. Both coaches have their top lines on the ice. Wings got the puck, Ben Schwab back in his own zone.
Now making noise here in Montreal. Nothing Detroit. 7:10 to play in the opening period. Matheson has it, circles his own net. There's the Bobby Orr move right there. Circles again as the Red Wings complete a change on the go.
Another ex-Florida Panther defenseman. A lot of those guys now around the National Hockey League. Florida's got a big game tonight at home against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
JT Compher bumped it off the boards into the far corner in the Canadiens' end. Tarasenko got it to Berggren in the right corner. Dumped it back in the line of Hall. Hall shoots it in behind the goal to Tarasenko. He's covered there by Joel Armia. Tarasenko bumped it to himself after playing it off the back of the net. Good play, then he centered it, but Berggren wasn't there.
That's a high-end play right there by Tarasenko.
Tarasenko took the shot from the blue line, and that one ends up out of play.
It's amazing the skill level of these NHL players. Just what he did back in behind the goal made it look good. He actually passed it to himself off the back of the net, came back out the other side, and early in the period, Jeff Petrie made that soccer-style pass with his skate. It was a perfect pass right on the tape when the player was trying to give it to. I mean, be able to do that at full speed, not an easy thing.
Wings defensively have been pretty good. You mentioned Cam Talbot solid in goal for the Red Wings, but the Wings have allowed 2 or less goals in 3 of their last 4 games.
You know what I like about the Wings, Ken and Tom McClown, is again, you've got guys playing with the same player time and time again, like the defense pair. All of a sudden now, you've got Justin Hall and Albert Johansson. They've been a good third pair for the Red Wings. The Canadiens back on the attack. Now it's Newhook.
New hook from the blue line. He'll dump it into the corner. Mott will pick it up, feather it around the boards. Line in pursuit. Bumped it back in the line. Savard with a shot. That's off a Red Wing stick and way wide to the Detroit goal.
He's back in the lineup tonight, the veteran defenseman David Savard. He's an old-fashioned defensive style defenseman.
Bounced up the left wing boards and out to center ice and scooped by Kapanen into the corner in the Detroit end. New hook picking it up. Rolls it now to line A. Covering him is Smith of Detroit. Line A cuts to the right side, circle, and didn't get the shot on goal. It was stolen by Mont, and he'll dump it all the way down the ice. It rolls on edge, right to the goaltender, Montembeault, and no icing called on the play.
Good work by Liney, as you described, but also good defensive recovery by Craig Smith. He got beat the first time, but quick enough to come back out front before Liney can get that lethal shot off.
Maybe try to work it to the Red Wing blue line, but that one skips out of play.
Games last night, the Tampa Bay Lightning continued to roll, balance attack, and a 5-1 victory over the suddenly slumping New York Rangers.
And a pause in the action, 5:38 to go in the opening period. It's the Red Wings 1 and the Canadiens nothing. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Hello, Detroit! SaySarah.com, SaySarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really want to save on a new or used Chevrolet? What you say, what you say? SaySarah.com, SaySarah.com. Who's the #1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan, where the customer's #1? SaySarah.com, SaySarah.com. SERRA. SaySarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
As the official partner of the Detroit Red Wings, Enterprise is ready to go the extra mile. We're dedicated to the most dedicated fans in the game. And with us on your team, you can move forward with confidence knowing we've got your back. We're always available with mobility solutions. Whether you need a rental, replacement, truck, or even tailored business strategies, at Enterprise, your goal is our goal. And we're ready with the assist.
Ken Chow, Paul Woods with you at the Bell Center here in Montreal. 1-0 lead for the Red Wings. Larkin from Kane and Sider at 9:54, the difference in the game.
And not just because of the goal, but Dylan Larkin skating on miles out here in the opening period tonight, and that top line's been the Red Wings' best of line. That's very important for the Red Wings right now, this stage of the season.
Wings out shooting Montreal 16-3. Most of that action's been in the Montreal end in the end to our right.
Another aggressive pinch by Ben Sherratt and Moritz Seider in the offensive zone. Another good sign for the Red Wings. Get the defenseman involved in the offense.
Carrier overskated the puck. Now the Red Wings work it to the blue line. Left point. Here's Seider with a shot. Wide of the goal. Rebound in front for Dylan Larkin. Bounced over the stick blade. He tried to shoot it in a one-time effort.
He did that on purpose, Moritz Seider. What a great offensive play that was by Seider.
Ben Sherratt. A wrist shot from long range at the blue line, gloved off by Montembeault.
You can imagine if that had gone in. They actually changed sides. Sherratt came over to Seider's side. Seider went to Sherratt's side. Then Moritz pinched down the boards, and he banked it off the end boards purposely. Right back out front, right in the wheelhouse of Dylan Larkin. But unfortunately, it jumped over his stick when he tried that half slap shot.
Now, Paul, you played the game. Did you guys know what boards were lively and which ones weren't?
Well, back in those days, you weren't playing as many different arenas, so it was easier. Yeah, you definitely got a feel for it. If it bounced hard off the board, soft off the board, exactly right.
Now, I think about those games at Joe Louis Arena, and the Red Wings seemed to know that the end boards were pretty lively there, and they would score a lot of goals on a play similar to what we just saw.
That's a high-end hockey intelligence level right there. Moritz Seider to make that kind of split-second decision, make that kind of a play. He's had a real good first period. Him and Ben Sherratt have been standing back on the blue line.
Looks like we got another one here before the period comes to a close. It's been a period dominated by Detroit. Out to center ice. Anderson slowed up trying to penetrate that Red Wing blue line. Here comes Edmondson down the middle to the Canadiens logo at center. Moves in across the line. Flips it into the corner. Jumps over the check of Dooley. Hudson will pick it up now for the Canadiens. Roll it up the left wing to He'll shoot the puck from center. Around the boards, took a funny bounce out of the corner and right out in front of Talbot. Luckily, the Red Wings were there to clear it away. And here comes Edmondson. Up across the Montreal line, down the middle. Shoots the wrister, a dipping shot. And Sam Montembeault made the save, keeps the play alive.
He wasn't going to go. He was going to get a face-off. And again, no Red Wing pressure there. Heading the bench for a change, but finally decides to drop it down. Lane Hudson's got it behind the net. Hard to forecheck on him. Such a great skater.
Pizzetta checked in front of the Red Wing bench at center ice. Talbot plays it around the boards. Pizzetta in the corner. Bumped it now to Evans. Into the slot. Joel Armia's weak shot blocked. Ends up into the right corner. Evans steers it around the boards to the left point. Struble holds it in. Shoots the puck off a stick in front. Wide of the goal. Rebound Berggren getting it out to Tarasenko at center ice. Puck swatted away from him. Evans now lays it to Armia. Turns it out in front of the Red Wing goal. Into the corner. Pizzetta checked by Berggren. Berggren had it knocked away. Pizzetta rolled it back in the line, unable to hold it in there with Savard, and now a foot race for the puck. Here's Tarasenko down low, making his way in with a shot, sharp angle shot, and Montembeault the save.
David Savard a little bit slow-footed, just back and running, but tonight Tarasenko made him pay. The Riders had a pretty good first period of play, involved in 3 or 4 different scoring chances for Detroit.
1-0 Red Wings. Sherratt, he's been physical. He laid out Kapanen with a body check right there, and he picks it up now in the corner.
Intelligently aggressive with the Red Wing defense. Neither team has picked up a minor penalty, getting late in the opening period.
Whoa, Smith all down in the corner there. And they battle for it along the boards. Matheson pins the puck along the side wall, and now it's dug free, and Patrick Laine to get it out to center ice. Here's Newhook on Seider. Seider staying stride for stride with him. Moves it around the boards. Laine in the left corner trying to dig it loose. Sherratt tapped it up the wing, and now it's Sherratt again bumping it up the right side away from Kapanen. Smith falls down on top of the puck. Gets up quickly for Detroit, and the Wings will bounce it out to center ice.
Not involved statistically much, but Craig Smith made a big difference for the Red Wings now. But head coach Tom McCown is not afraid to put that third and fourth line out there in any kind of situation.
He's on the way to 20 shots on goal here in the opening period. They've been all over Montreal. 1-0. Here's Suzuki, and the puck was intercepted. Edmondson lays it up the right side. 3-on-2 over the line. Larkin bumped it back to Kane with a shot, and Montembeau the save.
And hit him. It bounced off his arm. Didn't see it that well. Good defensive play by Jeff Petrie. Led to that scoring chance for the Red Wings.
Puck tipped out to center ice. That's the 20th shot of the period for Detroit. Now to Brinkett from Kane in the slot to Larkin with a chance, and he just missed the far corner of the slot.
Tell you what, didn't miss that goal post by much.
Larkin again bumped it to the line. Edmondson left circle, beat the Brinkett with a one-timer. That one's wide of the goal. All Detroit here to Montreal then. Closing moments of the period. Puck deflected by DeBrincat in front. He was covered by Hudson, and the puck rolls softly to Montembeau, who will freeze it in the goal crease.
There it is again. You look at these two teams playing the opening period. It's hard to tell which team has a 6-point lead going into the final week of the regular season. Red Wings very strong in the opening 20 minutes.
Dylan Larkin with the only goal, but he's had at least 3 or 4 good scoring chances. He could have had 3 or 4 here in the first.
You know what? That's going to be the biggest difference. And one of them is going to be Larkin's play in the final 6 games, including here tonight. And where the Canadiens be without their Nick Suzuki? He's just been outstanding. Up to 85 points down for the Montreal Canadiens. You need your best players to be your best players in these kind of situations.
22 shots by the Red Wings, just 4 for the Montreal Canadiens. I can think of one good scoring chance that they've had on Talbot, but it was a long-range shot.
I think there was 2 down that tight, too. Josh Anderson involved. I think Talbot's made probably 3 good saves in the opening period. Montembeau doesn't seem that confident in goal as well for the Canadiens.
He seems to be fighting the puck a little bit. The puck comes out to center. Uh-oh, look out. Here's Anderson making his way in with a shot. And he fired it wide, but a penalty coming up now. Anderson and Sherratt push and shove at each other. Anderson got a shot in at the side of the head of Sherratt, but he's going to get the gate right here.
Well, Anderson chopped the stick out of the hands of Ben Sherratt. Ben Sherratt puts his hands up in the air to the referee and says it's got to be a minor penalty. Otherwise, it's going to be a breakaway, and the referee got it right. Think back to that outdoor game against Columbus up Blue Jackets and how that cost us, but the referee didn't get it right. It wasn't smart enough or strong enough to change the call. Good work by Sherratt. Power play coming up for the Red Wings.
17:38, the time of the penalty to Anderson. Cross-checking is the call, that's what they're saying, but they did chop the stick out of the hand of Ben Sherratt.
Any way you slice, you take the defensive stick away and he's trying to defend, you're going to get a minor penalty, at least you should.
Great opportunity here towards the end of the first period, dominated by Detroit. 1:22 to go. Red Wings on the power play, brought to you by Carglass. Third, ready to drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
Jake Evans out there to take the draw. His name was kicked around a lot. The trade deadline. The deadline, another team, the Montreal Canadiens, they were thought to be sellers as well. They made a smart move, didn't make any deals, and now they have a chance to make the playoffs.
Canadiens huddling up off to the side of their own goal. We've got Larkin, DeBrincat, Sider, Kane, and Raymond out there on this power play for Detroit. 62 power play goals this season. It's been the Red Wings' bread and butter. Wings win the draw. Raymond over to Kane, outside rim of the right circle. Wings would like to cash in here and take a 2-0 lead. Raymond skates over to the outside rim of the left circle, pumped it down low to Brinkett in the slot to Larkin, back over to Raymond. Left circle to Brinkett, slides it across, and it's cleared away out in front of the goal and down the ice by Jeremy.
Army is a finished scoring player, good defensive player, good puck through by the Wings. They've been very precise on the power play. Here comes Patrick Kane back quickly to the neutral zone.
DeBrincat on the attack down the middle, rolls it over left side. Here's a deflection by Kane after the shot by Larkin, that one wide of the goal. Puck comes out to center ice. Red Wings regroup. Lucas Raymond, 35 seconds to go in the period. 1-0 Detroit. Raymond drops it to Kane, left side of the ice, now to Dylan Larkin. Larkin with a shot, hit the side of the Montreal goal. Picks it up again, moves it to the line. Sider, quick puck movement over to Raymond. On the left side, now down low. Here's DeBrincat with a shot. That one off a skate. Comes back to the blue line. Raymond to DeBrincat. Diving along the ice. Matheson will skip it into the corner. 10 seconds to go in the period. Red Wings have to hurry here. Kane down low, right circle, hanging onto the puck. Swings it in front. DeBrincat had his stick lifted. 4 seconds to go. Raymond with a shot. That's blocked. And now it's cleared by Savard to length of the ice. And the first period comes to a close as we hear the sound. in the background. But what a game for the Red Wings. A good start. 24 shots on goal by the Red Wings. Larkin, the lone goal scorer after 20 minutes in this important game. Detroit leading 1-0.
I'll tell you one thing. I like the way the Red Wings look when they get to desperation mode. Just a dominating first period of play right there. Outstanding work. All four lines are contributing. Solid defense. Physical as well. So, the penalty box. Not much work, as you mentioned, for Cam Mattel, but in really a 1-0 lead. Could easily be 2-3-0 Detroit. Got to build on it now and play the exact same way for the final second and third period.
Shots on goal in the period, brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevrolet dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Again, 24 shots on goal for the Red Wings, 5 for the Montreal Canadiens.
I think there's probably a few more people now suddenly getting back up on that bandwagon.
Well, this is an important game for the Red Wings. It's almost a must-win situation for Detroit.
They're all must-win situations. Montreal's in that same situation, but it's easier said than done. You got to go out there and do it. But right from the draw, the puck. The Wings were ready to go in that opening period. Talbot made a couple of saves in the first couple of shifts, but after that, it was all Detroit.
Another thing is, Montreal has that 5-game winning streak, but the way that they've been going all season has been a roller coaster ride. They've had their ups and downs, and when they're going bad, they're going bad. When they're going good, they're going good. But the Red Wings have a game in hand on the Montreal Canadiens. After this game tonight, only has 4 left on their schedule. They play at Ottawa, at Toronto, then home against Chicago and Carolina.
And Ottawa needs those points of badly. Maple Leafs need those points of badly as well. So this is a big game for the Red Wings. Win this hockey game, get a day off, and head to Florida. Florida Panthers playing home tomorrow night. They are going to be healthier than the last time we saw them. They're getting some key players, including Alexander Barkov, Sam Reinhart, and back in lineup tonight against the Leafs. So it'll be a different looking team, but still, if the Wings play, they can play in that opening period. They could beat any team in the National Hockey League.
Well, are you surprised? I heard that Sam Bennett's going to be rested for the rest of the season.
No, you got to get ready for playoffs, and that's the key right now. And again, they've been in the Stanley Cup Finals twice, so they know what they got to do. And I don't think it really bothers Florida who they play in the opening round. But if Ottawa keeps on winning, Ottawa could jump into the 3 spot, Florida back in the 4 spot, and Florida would take on the Maple Leafs. And that's not what the Maple Leaf fans want to see. That's one team they want to stay away from in the opening round.
Well, the other thing, too, is a team we're going to see in a couple of days from now is the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're 2 spots or 2 points away from Toronto for that first place.
And the 2 players they picked, Oliver Borkstrand, used to be in Columbus Blue Jackets. He was in Seattle. He's playing much better now, and especially Yanni Gord. Gord had a goal and assist last night, so all of a sudden, they're much deeper on the third line, so that's another dangerous team. And Andrei Vasilevsky, he won't win the Vezina Trophy, but he's not that far behind Connor Hellebuck in all the goaltender categories. So another dangerous team come playoff season.
Well, we've got good news. Hockey Town Wing Wheel Nation memberships are officially on sale for the 25-26 season. Secure your seats today and get ready for a thrilling season at Little Caesars Arena. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/memberships today. In the first intermission, a period dominated by the Red Wings. They outshoot the Canadiens 24-5, have a 1-0 lead on the goal by Dylan Larkin. Our first period break brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Dustin Fioco's in our 1-800-CALL SAM studios tonight. He's coming up next. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Wings fans, skate into bliss this season with Carbliss, the no-carb, no-sugar, 100-calorie premium vodka cocktail. With power play flavors like black raspberry, pineapple, cranberry, and lemon lime, there's a Carbliss flavor for everyone. Find ice-cold Carbliss at Little Caesars Arena all season long, at retailers near you and at drinkcarbliss.com. Carbliss, an official ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable. Silverado. Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Chevy, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip, up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
At Rocket, we believe everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. So if you're feeling locked out of home ownership, we're here to give you back the key. We're opening doors, breaking down walls, and doing everything we can to turn renters into owners. And we're not going to stop until we help everyone home. To find out more, visit rocket.com. Rocket. Own the dream.
Dustin Fiocco inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio, and we have played one in Montreal Red Wings in a must-win game to keep playoff hopes alive, and they are certainly playing like that. Let's run through the first with your first period scoring summary. It is brought to you by Dynatrace, Cloud done right. And that first period, Detroit skating really well with the puck, putting lots of shots on net. That is an understatement. Lots of chances, lots of shots, and I mean lots of them. We'll get to just how many in a minute. But out of all those shots on net, they finally get rewarded with one, and it's our first goal of the game.
Matheson got it out to center. Now here's Kane 2-on-1 over the line. Kane moving in. Pass across, and the Wings score. That was redirected in. And the Red Wings take the lead. Dylan Larkin redirected it home to give the Red Wings the 1-0 lead.
Captain Dylan Larkin gets the credit, and Detroit goes up 1-0. That is the lead that would stand the full 20 minutes. Red Wings with a power play chance. It has not yet paid off, but they do still have a little bit of time left on that man advantage. That'll start off our second period. But how about this for a first period fun fact? We have played 20 minutes. After that period, we have more Red Wing shots than we do minutes played. Running through these numbers, Red Wings, they are out shooting Montreal by quite the margin. It is a 24-5 differential. Red Wings, on top of that, out shooting Montreal already by 19 in the first period alone. Some other numbers on the game. Red Wings, they are currently in the midst of their first power play. Montreal yet to having a crack on the man advantage. Faceoffs going in favor of Detroit 10-8. Montreal being a bit more physical, out hitting the Wings 18-10. And after 20 minutes, that shot parade from Detroit gives them a 1-0 lead. We still have much more hockey to be played, and that second period is still to come. But up next, we're going to hear from Patrick Kane. He spoke to the media following today's morning skate. That'll be right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Get ready, Little Caesars Arena, because light beer just got better, and Sam Adams is here to elevate your game day experience. With the clean, crisp taste of American Light, you're not just grabbing any light beer, you're upgrading to the best in the game. It's smooth, easy drinking, and oh, so refreshing. You'll be reaching for another one in no time. Plus, American Light is brewed right here in the USA using all American sourced ingredients. Sam Adams American Light Beer. Because when life calls for a cold one, it's always Sam season.
Huddle up, sports fans. If you're in the market for a new home loan or refi, here's a winning game plan. Start at mortgagematchup.com. We'll connect you with an expert right in your area. Now, that's like getting your own first-round draft pick. And your home loan expert will deliver an experience that's faster, cheaper, and easier than going to a big bank or online lender. Go to mortgagematchup.com today. Powered by United Wholesale Mortgage LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 3038, licensed in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Ford employs and assembles more vehicles in the U.S. than any other automaker. Right now, get employee pricing on new 2024 and 2025 Ford trucks and SUVs. Exclusions apply. Visit your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers today.
Dustin Pioco from inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. 24 shots on nets. That is the story of the first period. One of those shots going in to give Detroit a 1-0 lead after one. We have still got more hockey to come your way, but right now we're going to hear from Patrick Kane, who spoke earlier today with the media following morning skates. Kane speaking about just how important this against the Canadiens really is.
I'm sure the coaches will get us ready for this one tonight, but we know how important the game is, right? It's obviously the biggest game of the year right now, and Montreal's been playing really well as of late, but finding ways to get a lot of points and a lot of wins, and we're trying to catch them. So yeah, huge game.
You have some good runs over and over in your career. Is it harder to be chasing teams and to play playoff hockey basically for 2 months during the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun though. It's every game's so meaningful, and it's fun to play that way. It's fun to kind of be in the thick of it through the last half of the season ever since Four Nations break. So we've had our ups and downs, obviously, but been playing a little bit better as of late. So hopefully we can bring that momentum into here tonight.
Did you see the celebration that Hudson did after his latest goal? That he kind of did one like you?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he said it was kind of like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What are your goals? The 2 games you played against him last year, because it was his first 2 games in the league.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's had an incredible season, and he's a great player. Obviously very dangerous with the puck, someone we got to keep an eye on when he's up there, and try to make it tough on him. I mean, make him play in his own end, make him play defense, because he gets, walking the blue line, rolling around in the offensive zone on the power play. He can get a lot of confidence that way, and obviously produce a lot, make a lot of plays for the team.
Were you aware that he really realized you, how do you react as a player like that?
No, it's great. I mean, it's cool, right? You hear some of these American guys coming up, and their favorite player was you, so it's pretty exciting. It means a lot too. I mean, I tried to play a game that was obviously fun and entertaining, and try to entertain the fans as well. And he's kind of doing the same thing now. So got a chance to meet him last year after, I think it was the last game of the season. I met him and said hi to him real quick, and cool to meet him. He's gonna have a great career, so it'll be fun to watch him.
How do you like this when I mean, it's going to be kind of awkward when you
yes and no. I mean, we're both hockey players, right? Like, can talk about hockey, can talk about the past, can talk about his career path, the way he got to the NHL, things like that. But good to kind of meet him and touch base with him, and just have a quick conversation.
That was Patrick Kane. His interview brought to you by Meyer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. And at this time, we are going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. We've got 20 minutes in the books out in Montreal. Another 20 minutes to come where the Red Wings lead 1-0. And also up next, we're going to take a check-in on your out-of-town scoreboard. That's right here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
J.P. Weiser's Canadian Whiskey is a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Sure, we could have teamed up with Toronto, or Montreal, or even Ottawa. But we'd rather support our neighbors across the river, because we've been doing things our way since 1857. So grab a bottle of our smooth, new 10-year-old whiskey and taste what it means to be wisely done. The
McLaren Proton Therapy Center at the Karmanos Cancer Institute offers the most powerful and precise radiation oncology treatment available. Using the latest generation technology, we're able to deliver high doses of radiation to the exact size and shape of your tumor while avoiding surrounding healthy tissue and organs. That means we can eliminate cancer with an unmatched precision, resulting in fewer side effects and improved outcomes for patients. To learn more, visit mclaren.org/proton therapy.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Wings fans looking for the best poker? Well, the puck stops here. Poker Stars is America's #1 poker app. With more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. New customers get $100 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present in Michigan. Opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expires in 7 days. See terms at pokerstars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips, proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Dustin Fiocco inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio with your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save. Lots of games going on right now with lots of keyword implications to the playoffs at stake. We'll start off with this one. The Sabres and Hurricanes knotted up at 0 apiece after one. Buffalo 11 points out of the playoffs. We're assuming that's a foregone conclusion, but a loss today would officially eliminate them. Meanwhile, Carolina gearing towards a second-place finish in the Metropolitan. A regulation loss would officially give the division to the Capitals. Meanwhile, the Bruins up 2-0 on the Devils. Bruins looking to escape the basement of the Eastern Conference. However, if the Devils pick up a single point tonight, they eventually clinch their playoff berth this season. And finally, it's 2-0 after one. Columbus leading the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa wins. They clinch themselves a playoff spot as well. And we are going to get you back out to Montreal Red Wings with a shot parade in that first period. We'll see if they can add to it as they lead 1-0. Ken Paul Wood standing by to take you into that second period.
All right, Dustin, thanks a lot. The Red Wings and the Canadiens have made their appearance out onto the ice surface here. Dylan Larkin's goal, making it 1-0 at the 9:54 mark. As we start this second period, the Red Wings still have 38 seconds remaining on their power play as Anderson went off for cross-checking late in that opening period.
And the Red Wings got shots from every player in that opening period, with the exception of 4 different players, the top 4 defensemen. All the defensemen were good, but Chirot and Sider outstanding. Sider 8 minutes and 34 seconds. And I thought that second pair, Evanson and Petrie, was very good as well. Everybody contributing. The Red Wings' third and fourth lines outplayed the third and fourth lines of the Montreal Canadiens in the opening period. Cam Talbot really not tested, made a couple of saves in the first 3 minutes. After that, his team seized control of the game, and now they're going to build on it in the second and third period.
That's a huge power play for the Red Wings to start the second period. Fresh sheet of ice, only 38 seconds, but boy, a goal right here would be big for the Red Wings.
The big thing now is just maintain momentum. Just keep playing the way you played in that opening period. If you play like that, there's no way Montreal can beat you.
Again, this Red Wing power play brought to you by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Wings start with Larkin, Raymond, DeBrincat, Sider, and Kane. Penalty killers for Montreal. They have Savard, Evans, Armia, and Mike Matheson.
Yeah, Matheson, a smooth skating defenseman back there. David Savard's a very good defensive-minded defenseman, outstanding shot blocker. He's a veteran defenseman, played for Columbus, the Blue Jackets, and the Boston Bruins before coming here to Montreal.
Montreal, again, 6 points ahead of the Red Wings. They've got the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. Red Wings and the Rangers both tied with 79 points. Montreal has 85. And the Red Wings now are attacking right to left as we start the second period. Man advantage for Detroit. Canadians win the faceoff though, and Mike Matheson from his own blue line will whistle it all the way to the side of Cam Talbot. Wing set up in their own zone again, attacking right to left. Here comes Sider for Detroit. Down the middle, drops it for the trailer. Alex DeBrincat. Now to Kane up across the Montreal line. Savard had his pocket pick, stolen by Larkin. Raymond pushed it across. Heads up play by Sider. Raymond down low. DeBrincat to Larkin. Short side shot, and he hit the side of the goal. Larkin dug it away from Matheson, got it back in the line. Sider now quickly to Raymond down low to Brinkett. Shoots the puck from a sharp angle wide of the goal. Penalty is over. Canadians are at full strength. Red Wings have it deep in the Montreal zone. Larkin's pass broken up. Now it's sent over right side. Larkin with a chance. Save made by Montembeault with the right goalie pad. Now Evans strides out the center ice, across the red line, and hammers it off the stick and behind the Red Wing goal.
What an outstanding diving offensive play by Lucas Raymond to somehow get that puck across the ice to Donald Larkin, who wasn't in time it. That's probably a save of the game right there by Sam Montembeault.
Now the puck taken away by Berggren from Dooley. Got it back on the line. Berggren did the Edvinsson. His shot knocked down off to the side of the goal. Tarasenko bumped it to the blue line, broken up, and now here comes Kapanen, 1-on-2 over the line. Kapanen with a shot off the stick of Petrie, and that one sails into the protected netting and out of play.
He just came back, started playing again for Canadians. He's playing in Sweden this year as a finisher born forward. Lots of speed, good scoring chance by him down that right side.
Dallas Stars kind of in second place there with 105 points. What a year it's been for them, too, and they're not going to catch the Winnipeg Jets, but I'll tell you what, they're a team to be reckoned with, I think, come playoff time.
Big thing for them, though, Ken, is they got to get Miro Heikkinen back on the blue line and Tallis again up front. Those two guys back there, I've got them in the Final Four only if those two guys come back. If they don't come back, I think Colorado or Winnipeg will probably beat the Dallas Stars.
1-0 Red Wings early in the second period, minute and a half gone by. Canadians dump it into the Red Wings zone. Here's Kapanen around his man, got the shot away, and a heads-up save by Talbot.
You can see the skill level of Kapanen with a big stop there by Talbot. Another scoring chance down low.
Redirected wide of the target by Newhook as that puck came in. Now into the corner. Talbot wants a penalty called against Detroit. Not going to get it. And on the right wing boards. Comes back into the high slot. Hudson fired a shot, and that one ends up off the stick and out of play behind the net. And maybe the fans were right here.
No, I don't think so. I think Patrick Laine, the big, strong power forward, went down there purposely trying to draw that minor penalty. Good non-call, in my opinion, by the referee. What a save by Cam Talbot. As Kapanen, the Finnish forward, got back in behind the Red Wing defense. He's like Heineman, the guy that plays in the fourth line. They're not the big guys, but they're skillful guys, and they're good third and fourth line players.
Tom McIsaac, Frederick Lequier are the referees for tonight's game. Bevan Mills and Brian Hansich are the...
Michael Casper lines up to take the face-off against Nick Suzuki. Another good face-off won by the Red Wings.
Wings shoot it down the ice. Hudson in pursuit, and this is an icing called against the Red Wings. 2 minutes, 6 seconds gone by in the second period. Only one power play in the game. It went to Detroit. Anderson, the lone penalty late in that first period.
The Wings' job, a good job of containing Lane Hudson. Again, he leads all rookies in scoring so far this season. I think he'll win the Calder Trophy. And he's from Holland and Michigan, so hopefully his parents are listening tonight, the radio broadcast and television broadcast. But what a player he's turned out to be for the Canadians. He's picked in the second round.
Here's Raymond inside the Red Wing zone up the right wing wall. Dished it too far in front of the outstretched reach of Casper into the Montreal zone. Hudson slides it out to the Red Wing line. Sherrod bangs it over to Sider. Now to Soderblom. Over the blue line. Cuts wide on Gooley. Inside. Got the shot away. Went for his own rebound after Montembeault made the initial save.
Power move again coming down that right side by Elmer Soderblom. Another good save by Montembeault.
Dooley with a bouncing puck. Soderblom tapped it away from him to Lucas Raymond. Charges in behind the Montreal goal. Dooley checked Raymond. Raymond still working hard, but now it's picked up and played out to center ice by Nick Suzuki. In over the blue line. Drop pass. Slavkovsky. It's intercepted. Soderblom dumped it out to center ice. Suzuki turns back into the Red Wing zone. Quick feed pass. Moving towards the side of the goal was Caulfield. And he gives Sider a little shove. Sider looked at him, and the Red Wings bring it out to center. That's over the blue line to sweep it in behind the Montreal goal.
He's got that nasty edge to him, Maritza Sider. When he's playing like that, he's one of the best defensemen in the NHL.
Nothing lead for the Red Wings. 16:44 to go, second period. Big 2 points on the line. Kind of a must-win situation for the Red Wings if they want to make a bid for the postseason. Here's Johansson moving it away from Brendan Gallagher. Pass out to center. Dvorak intercepted it. Gallagher flips it over the Red Wing line. Now Johansson flips it end over end. Down into the Montreal end. Hudson cuts everybody off at the pass. Circles in behind his own goal. Moves away from Rasmussen. Feed pass to Anderson, who deflects it into the far corner in the Red Wing end.
And a good job by Michael Rasmussen, giving up on him a little bit that time. Didn't want to pick up that minor penalty, get a hooking call. He's got it now as he dumps it softly along the boards, but Larkin just couldn't get to it.
Larkin checked a little bit there by Dvorak along the boards. Now here's Kane down the middle. 3-on-2 over the line. Pass to DeBrincat. Shoots the puck. Save made Montembeault.
Try to go short side. Good block to save by Montembeault.
Petrie with a wrister from long range at the blue line, and Montembeault saw it all the way to come up with a glove hand save.
I think Alex DeBrincat would like to have that one back. He had plenty of time on that right side. I was picturing off the goal, posted in, coming down the glove side, but still a nice save there by Sam Montembeault.
Think about DeBrincat. You give him time, he can pick the corner.
Dangerous man. He's got some very good, high-skilled top-end forwards. The top line stays out there with Larkin, Kane, and DeBrincat.
35 goals this season for Alex DeBrincat, leading the way offensively for Detroit in the goal-scoring department.
This former team at Ottawa Senators and Magic, the number is one more win for Senators, and they'll qualify for a playoff spot this year in the Eastern Conference.
Joel Armia dumping it to the left side of the ice, intercepting Kane, tried to put it through the legs of Armia, who intercepted it, tapped it to Evans, and he'll slowly roll it into the corner in the wing's end.
One of the top fourth-line players in the game of hockey, Jake Evans.
Armia at center ice. And it knocked away by Petrie. They'll regroup again. Carrier up the right side. Plays it out to the penalty box. Bouncing puck. Carrier dumped it into the Detroit end. Reaching for it is Petrie. Moves in behind the Detroit goal. Hammers it off the glass. This one eluded everybody. Travels the length of the ice. Icing is called against the Red Wings. 4 minutes and 49 seconds into the second period. Lone goal scored by Larkin. Halfway point of the opening.
You know, I was going through the games last night. I was picking before they started the team's going to win. I had Edmonton beating Anaheim, and I forgot that Oilers don't have their two best players, Seidel and Connor McDavid playing. And Matthias Ekholm back on the blue line. They lost 3-2 to Anaheim. Don't look now, the Ducks are just a game below 500, and they are dead last in penalty kill in the National Hockey League. Third worst power play in the National Hockey League. They're minus 34 in special teams combined. You cut that in half. That's worth probably 10, 12 wins. That Anaheim team is better than their record.
And Los Angeles winning at home, but Seattle beat them 2-1.
That was a big surprise, and Seattle Kraken have won 3 consecutive games now on a 5-game road trip.
1-0 Red Wings. Wings are attacking right to left. They're in the road white jerseys with the red trim. Edmondson steers it out to the Montreal blue line.
Wings going to pick up the pace a little bit better offensively now. Montreal starting to carry the play a little bit here in the second period.
Cassidy with a scoring chance, bounced it off the end boards, took a funny bounce right out in front of the Red Wing goal, cleared away by the Wings defense. Brinket took a chop at it. Now it's picked up by Newhook, right circle in the Red Wing zone along the boards, brings it back to the right point. Long range shot deflected off the leg of Edmondson into the corner. Comfort tapped it to Petrie. Now he'll hang on to the puck and send it across the ice out to Tarasenko at the Canadiens logo at center. Over the line, feed pass to Comfort. Red Wings in the middle of the change. Pass in front for Berggren. Short side shot. Montembeault made the save.
A lot of sharp angle shots for the Red Wings. Again, I think they're better served with the Canadiens.
Here's Line up across the Red Wing line. Pass into the slot. Newhook with a chance and a big save right there by Cam Talbot. Top of the goal crease.
Wings dodge a major bullet there. Fast breaking 3-on-2. It's a perfect pass by Line. Usually he's the shooter. He put in the wheelhouse. Alex Newhook had time, but Cam Talbot had the angle played perfectly, made the save, and most importantly, gave up no rebound.
Second period of tonight's game brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Jack Demmer Ford, Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. Timeout. 13:58 to go. Second period here in Montreal. Red Wings 1, Canadiens 0. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Hey hockey fans, get ready to launch your game day experience to another dimension with Tangerine Space Machine, the out-of-this-world hazy IPA brewed by our friends at New Holland Brewing in Holland, Michigan. Tangerine Space Machine is a can of intergalactic hazy goodness that is smooth, easy drinking, and just the right kick of citrus. And if you love Tangerine Space Machine, don't miss out on the cosmic flavors of Peach Space Machine, both available throughout Little Caesars Arena and featured at the New Holland Bar inside the 1701 pub on the mezzanine level outside Portal 57. Let's go Wings!
Do you suffer from back or neck pain? Trinity Health has the latest methods and technology to help. Our team looks at many treatment options to create a plan that's right for you. From physical therapy and pain management to advanced spine surgery, say goodbye to living with pain. Reach out to the Trinity Health Spine Program and get back to enjoying your daily activities. TrinityHealthMI.org/spine. Trinity Health. We see all of you.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
The Red Wings have been playing better, 3-0-1 in their last 4, so points in 4 straight hockey games. They've got a 1-0 lead here after the first period Dylan Larkin goal. Wings out shooting Montreal 28-6 in the game. Here's Raymond now, dashing out the center ice, floats it into the corner, moves away from Gooley, and now checks Hutton in along the boards with a stiff body check. Wings dig it free, comes back in the line to Sherratt, and he'll play it around the end boards into the corner. Slavkovsky picking it up. He is thrown to the ice in the corner by Seider. Wings been physical here in the hockey game. Raymond now, he's bumped off the puck. Hudson got it to the line. Casper sent it out in front. Gooley chopped it out the center to Nick Suzuki, who's tipped up, and a penalty coming up now to Ben Sherratt.
There's accumulation of penalties, so many good hits in the offensive zone. Ben Sherratt now gets tagged up as Slavkovsky. He's going towards the penalty box. He knocked down Nick Suzuki. Lost his balance, down he went, and now the Canadiens a chance to tie it up in their first power play of the game.
6:38, the time of the penalty to Ben Sherratt. Frederick Lequier making the call out at center ice.
You can't argue that one. That's probably a good call by the referee. I really like the aggressiveness of the Red Wing defenseman, though. Ben Sherratt, Rich Seider especially, all over the ice.
That's where your penalty killers have to do the job. Red Wings' penalty kill's been actually pretty solid over the last 5 games, allowing just 1 power play goal against.
This might be the most important penalty kill of the season right now for the Red Wings. They'll protect this 1 goal lead. They played too well to give back now.
Red Wing penalty kill brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same. We can. My penalty killers have to do the job. Here's Justin Hall from the face-off, rifles it off the right side glass and plays it down the ice into the Montreal zone.
It all starts winning the face-off. Great job, Red Wing captain Dylan Larkin. They'll take some valuable time off the clock.
Patrick Laine, Cherry Pickett inside the Red Wing zone as the player Hudson brings it out to center and drops it to the trailer Nick Suzuki. Pushed it to the Red Wing line, and now it's batted out to center by Detroit. Mott slides it over, and now lifting it down the ice for Detroit, Simon Edmondson.
There's 2 good plays by Tyler Mott. Canadians try to get across that Red Wing blue line. He stays out there with Dylan Larkin. Some JT Compher's up there now.
Suzuki over the Red Wing line, pushed it over. Bounces into the high slot. Larkin trying to clear it out, but it's held in. Cole Caulfield pumping it down low. Out to the blue line, sent across to Lane Hudson. Outside rim of the right circle, moves it back towards the right point, chops it into the right circle. Slavkovsky to Hudson again. Hudson to the blue line. Caulfield, stick handling with the puck, moves it over to Hudson, right circle. Down low it comes to Slavkovsky, back to Hudson. Wings keeping the Canadiens to the outside. It comes back in the line, a feed pass. Suzuki left side, Laine with a shot, that's blocked, and Larkin on the rebound will dump it softly down the ice.
Now JT Compher, another good defensive play. JT Compher is coming awake and alive now of his last 4 or 5 games for the Red Wings.
I was asking Alex Lyon one time, I said, who has one of the hardest shots in the NHL? And he says, Patrick Laine's got a really hard shot.
No doubt about it.
All right, here comes the player Newhook over the Red Wing line. Nick Suzuki, outside rim of the left circle, setting it up on the outside in the Red Wing zone, 1-0 Detroit. Gallagher down low. Now to Suzuki, back to the line. Matheson with a shot, tipped in front line of the goal. Rebound Suzuki, checked along the boards by Rasmussen. Into the corner, Brendan Gallagher. Seider tapped it away. They battle for it in behind the goal. Newhook will pick it up in the corner. Penalty is over. And Joe Hansen knocked down Newhook. Red Wings are at full strength. Here's Suzuki, though, in the corner as the puck is picked off by Johansson. Lays it around the boards to Marco Kasper, and now Sherrod dumping it out to the Montreal Blue Line.
Ferocious defensive for size, or what, Albert Johansson? What an outstanding chip. Well, the Wings were shorthanded.
Carrier will bring it out of his own zone. 1-0 lead for Detroit. We're in the second period, almost halfway through. Evans checked by Edmondson. Again, another hard check by the Wings. They've been the physical the teams here tonight. Carrier at the right point to stick it in behind the goal to Evans. Evans in the Red Wing zone. Got it back towards the line. Evans chopped it again behind the net. Edmondson to Detroit. Knocked his man off balance. That allows Comfer to pick up the feed and bring it out to center and toss it up across the line. Goes quickly after it in the Montreal end. Drops it for the trailer. Tarasenko, but it came off a stick out to center. Cooley on the attack. Over the line. Drops it now. Anderson moves in left circle. Got it behind the goal to Joel Armia. He's taken off the puck and a body check by Petrie. Now Armia dug it loose behind the Red Wing goal. Got it back to Lane Hudson. Seems like he's always out there. His shot taken block. Rebound Petrie in the corner. Former Canadian got it up to around the boards. Now picks it up again. Sweeps it around near side for Edmondson. Up and out for Detroit. Comfer, but now Edmondson will just clear it over the side glass and into the crowd, and I think he's going to get a penalty.
Didn't hit the glass. Referee now pointing, says, come on, follow me. Another good play by Simon Edmondson. Back-to-back power plays from the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, delay of the game will be called to Edmondson. Don't want to go to the well too often, and we'll be back with the Montreal power play in a moment. 9:52 to go. We're in the second period. Wings 1, Canadiens nothing. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
North Brothers Ford knows how to build a winning team. They've won the prestigious President's Award over 23 times and has conducted successful businesses for over 87 years. They've assembled the best league-leading selection of F-150s, Broncos, Expeditions, Mustangs, and more. Their certified sales staff provide the ultimate customer service, and highly trained technicians ensure you get the very most life out of your vehicle. Sport big today with the only Ford dealership on Ford Road in Westland. North Brothers Ford.
When it comes to Coney's, nobody does it better than National Coney Island. With convenient locations throughout Metro Detroit to serve you, National has been a part of Detroit since 1965. And they're not just about Coney's. Bring in the family for some delicious chili fries, or pancakes, or a hand-dipped chocolate shake. They're all about the food you crave, and about being fast, fresh, and friendly at your local National Coney Island restaurant.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's with deep brain stimulation and outsmarting blood clots in seconds instead of days. Because this is your time to take control of your health. And it's time to show that together, we can.
Power play for the Montreal Canadiens, 1-0 Detroit. Edmondson off the delay of the game, shooting a puck over the side glass into the crowd at 10:08. And the Red Wing penalty kill is brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, the response is always the same: we can.
That's a mental mistake right there for Simon Edmondson, but he's been good all night long. Him and Jeff Petrie in that second period. Good face-off coming up. Dylan Larkin's having a good game. He's out to take the draw.
Wings out shooting Montreal 5-2 here in the second period.
Draw one by Dylan Larkin. Smart play of the stick.
Paul swings it off the stick of Lane Hudson. He has to go after the puck now deep in his own zone to regroup. Big penalty kill. It's 1-for-1 in the penalty kill department. Here comes Suzuki. A lot of speed through the Canadiens logo at the center ice circle. In over the Red Wing blue line. Stick handles into the corners. Clears it around the boards to Caulfield, who goes down. He fell along the near side, going down. Is line A and dig. The puck looses Caulfield. Now it's tapped away from him. Sends that on the board. Lepkowski. Side of the ice. Tied up. Tyler Mott still working on him. Back to the line it comes to Hudson. Sides it over to Patrick Laine, right circle with a shot, and he fired it wide, and then deflected off the leg with Johansson out of play.
Right on. Good call, Ken. Good play by Albert Johansson. Came up and challenged Patrick Laine to get away. Take away the time and space and took a dangerous scoring chance away.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Meijer, the official grocer. Of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Also want to remind our fans our player interviews brought to you by Meijer again. Partner of the Red Wings.
You mentioned Dallas Stars, the strength of the Dallas Stars. They only have one. Minus player in the entire lineup. That guy hardly plays. Steelers -1. Here comes Madsen. They won the draw. Canadians.
Matheson on a new hook. Outside rim of the Suzuki. stick handle with a puck. Slides it over. New hook. Into the corner. Turned it over, and the Red Wings were cleared out of harm's way. Didn't get a lot on it, but he cleared the zone.
Barely got it out past that blue line. More good work on Rick Sutter and Ben Sherratt.
Chipped it away from everybody. Down the ice it goes. 45 seconds left. And the minor penalty to Edmondson. 1-0 Detroit. Matheson flips it out in front of his own.
Shafton, stick to Dooley. What an important defensive play it was for the Canadiens.
Now the Red Wings on the power play. Carrier is in the box for Montreal.
J.T. Compher be having nightmares when he goes to sleep tonight, thinking about that chance that didn't go in. Such an important game as this. He's been much better than these last 5-6 games, J.T. Compher.
That's where your power play has to be right now.
Answer the bell right now.
Power play brought to you by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. The Carrier in the box, 2:19 to go. Game tied 1-1 after the Cole Caulfield goal.
They're not going to take it again. He's been out there a lot all night long against Jake Evans.
Larkin wins the draw. Raymond pushed it back in the line. Slater hammers it left circle to Dylan Larkin. Larkin stick handling with a puck. Moved it back to the line to Slater. Larkin down low. It comes. Raymond with a shot. Pinball's out in front and broken up. Evans backhands it softly all the way down the ice.
One of those shots for a pass by Lucas Raymond. I think it's better off you make the precise play and give it to a teammate. He's a slow come of their own zone, led by Moritz Seider. Back to Kane.
Came through the center ice circle, over the line, pushed it to Dylan Larkin, turns away from Anderson, throws it into the corner, goes after it himself. Bumped it around the boards to Lucas Raymond. Back quickly to the line of Seider, now to Kane. Kane shoots the puck, knocked down in front, rebound to Borak. Slides it all the way down the ice. Talbot comes way out to play it ahead to Mo Seider as he sets it up in the Detroit end.
He's underrated at center iceman. Christian Dvorak played many years for the Arizona Coyotes.
Up over the line, Larkin to Kane, lost the handle of it. It slides out to center. Luckily, DeBrincat was there to cover up.
What's happening to Red Wings at power play? Still up 55 seconds left.
Game tied 1-1, a minute 10 to go in the period. Raymond up across the line, checked along the boards. DeBrincat chopped it around the boards. Dvorak didn't clear it out as it's held in by Kane.
Kane hanging onto it, comes off the wall now. Very patient. Towards the blue line, back to Seider.
Seider left circle, Raymond now to Kane. Minute to go in the period. Kane hands it off to Raymond. Top of the left circle, down low feed. DeBrincat tried to swing it across. It was broken up by Matheson. DeBrincat again down low. Stick handle, swings it across. A chance by Kane, and the goaltender Montembeault with the save.
And again, the skill level just so extremely high. And again, just great work by Alex DeBrincat. Perfect pass. Somehow he got it through. Patrick Kane had it. Just didn't seem like he got it up high enough. It might have rolled off his stick a little bit. Went back towards the goal. Sam Montembeault had the angle, played perfectly. Still a 1-1 tie.
Every time Red Wings score a goal, it's a DT Energy like the Lamp goal. Larkin in the first. Caulfield here late in the second. Red Wings still with 22 seconds on their power play. 41 seconds to go in the second period.
Patrick Kane's got 491 career goals. I think he'd like to have that one back. That was an outstanding cross-ice pass by Alex DeBrincat.
Comfort, Tarasenko, Bergeron up front for Detroit. Edmondson and Petrie back on the points. Puck sticked into the corner. Bergeron getting worked over by Gooley from behind. The cross checks there. It bounces free. Evans will backhand it. Second effort. Forehands it all the way down the ice. That should do it. 7 seconds to go in the Red Wing power play. 20 to go in the period. Game tied 1-1. Bergeron's pass at the Montreal line, intercepting Matheson out of Gooley. Canadians at full strength. Gooley shoots it in. Gloved off by Talbot. Hands it off. Petrie hammers it off the side boards out the center. Bergeron kicked it to the Montreal blue line. Nick Suzuki feathers it down low. Evans in the corner. Rifled it around the boards to Caulfield. Turned it over to Petrie, and behind the Detroit goal, there goes the siren, and a late goal by Cole Caulfield. And this game is tied 1-1 going into the second intermission.
And the Montreal Canadiens definitely upped their game in that second period of play. They played much better. Shot totals definitely favor the Red Wings 34-12 in front of Detroit. And again, the Wings got to sail that penalty box. 2 Montreal power plays in that second period of play.
Shots on goal in the second period, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. 10 shots by the Red Wings, 2-period total of 34. Montreal 7 for a 2-period total of 12.
But probably the shot that wasn't a shot, that chance by J.T. Compher, the net wide open, and somehow the Montreal defenseman got back there and got his stick in the way of that shot. Otherwise, the Wings retake the lead 2-1. Now it's a 1-1 tie with a very, very important third period coming up now for the Red Wings.
Caden Gooley doesn't get a stick on that puck. It's a wide open net goal for Compher.
But the Wings didn't play as well as they did in that opening period of play. They fell back a little bit, and part of that was the penalty situation. Take 4 minutes off the clock for Detroit, so stand 5-on-5 and get it back in that opening period, get back on the attack, and find a way to beat the Canadiens in regulation tonight.
The Tigers keep on winning. They beat the Yankees again at Comerica Park this afternoon, and we want to remind you, Tiger single-game tickets are on sale right now. Experience the game your way. Enjoy prime midweek matchups or weekend showdowns from the best seats in the ballpark. Bask in the sunshine or indulge in the exclusivity of the premium suite. It's all yours. Reserve your seats today at DetroitTigers.com.
Just hard not to like that Detroit Tiger team after what they did last year. Halfway through the season, making that last push to get in the playoffs and getting to the second round. And I still don't know how that A.J. Hinch didn't win the Coach of the Year award in baseball. I don't know anything about baseball, but whatever should have happened, he should have got the award.
Tigers used the bombs today. They hit 4 home runs, so 3 of them in the 4th inning, and root for that win over the New York Yankees.
You combine them with good pitching, and that's a recipe for victory.
All right. This is a big game for the Red Wings coming down to the 3rd period. Paul, what are your expectations here?
Just play like they played in that opening period of play. Just get back the way they did, 5-on-5. Every team, every player out there just battling hard, putting pressure on that defense and win this hockey game in regulation time. Important that they get the game in regulation tonight.
The Red Wings again just 6 points behind Montreal with 5 games remaining on their schedule after tonight's game against the Canadiens. Canadiens only have 4 games left. They play on the road at Ottawa, at Toronto, and then they finish their schedule at home against Chicago and Carolina.
Been good signs. The Wings, Dylan Larkin's having his best game in quite some time. That's important. Back against the wall. Lucas Raymond's been good. DeBrincat and Kane really, really good in an opening period. But that's what happens when you pick up the minor penalties. You don't see DeBrincat and Kane for 4 minutes. That's too much time off the clock. Just got to stay in that 5-on-5 situation. Roll 4 lines. If we do it, I think they'll win the game.
All right, we're in the second intermission. Larkin with a goal in the first. Caulfield tying it up late in the second. That's how we stand with 2 big points on the table here tonight in Montreal and a 1-1 tie after 40 minutes of play. Our second period break is brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash. Dustin Fioco's in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. He's coming up next. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Chevy, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with MPerks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in MPerks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See MPerks.com for details.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Pretzel Crust is back at Little Caesars, and fans are excited. Even my pet sheep is pumped. It's back. It sure is. That delicious buttery flavored Pretzel Crust is back. It's back. Yep, you're right. That delicious cheddar cheese sauce is back. Pretzel Crust is back for $6.99 at Little Caesars. Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
Pizza.
Dustin Fioco inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. We can now make that 2 periods that have come and gone, and we have ourselves a tie hockey game. Red Wings, Canadiens, they are tied at 1 apiece. It's now time for your second period scoring summary. It is brought to you by McLaren and the Carmanos Cancer Institute. Your best chance. Now the Red Wings, going all the way back to the start of that second period, they start off with a power play still underway. A few seconds left on that, but it does come up empty. However, Detroit unable to tally a goal. Montreal then picks up a couple power plays of their own, and in their two efforts, you got to credit the Red Wings penalty kill. Both chances for Montreal come up empty as well, and Detroit's defense keeping a hold of that one-goal lead. But even though they didn't score on the man advantage, does not mean they did not score a goal at all in that frame. Montreal, they even things up with a goal. It's Cole Caulfield getting his 37th of the year to do it.
Regains his composure, drops it over on the left side to Nick Suzuki, now to Matheson. Wrist shot, save made, rebound out in front. And Caulfield scores. The Toronto Hockey game 1-1, 3:31 to go in the second period.
Detroit out shooting and maybe even outworking Montreal in two periods, but that goal right there does even up our hockey game. And Detroit still with some grade A chances to retake the lead. JT Compher, he misses a wide open net. That would have given Detroit the 2-1 lead. Red Wings also with another late power play in the period. This one lasting the entire duration of the period. But just like the first crack at it, and all cracks for both teams, this power play comes up empty. That's what gives us a 1-1 score after 40 minutes of play. Some more numbers to look at on this game. Red Wings, I said it earlier, they are out shooting Montreal. That still continues through two periods, 34-11. Red Wings with 10 second period shots, 6 for Montreal. Both teams 0 for 2 on the man advantage. In terms of faceoffs, also dead even, 19 apiece, won by both teams. Montreal out hitting Detroit though, 25-19. But the score that we are also even at is our current score. It's a 1-1 game after two periods. And before we get you out for that third period, we are going to hear from Alex DeBrincat. He spoke with the media earlier today. You'll hear from him next here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Hey Red Wings fans, are you tired of spending all your money on gas? Then you need the free Upside app, the app that gives you real cash back whenever you get gas. And with the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. Now, instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, you can download the free app from Upside and start putting money back in your wallet with every gallon of gas you buy. That's right, get paid real cash when you fuel up, and use that cash to score some sweet Red Wings gear or tickets to the game. Best of all, the cash back doesn't stop at gas. Upside also works at restaurants and select grocery stores too. Upside users have already made back over $800 million. So don't wait. Download the free Upside app today and start getting cash back on every gallon of gas. And as a bonus for all you Red Wings fans out there, use promo code RW when you sign up and get an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back with your first fill up. That's promo code RW. Remember, use promo code RW for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank of gas. The Detroit Red Wings and Upside, a winning combination on and off the ice.
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
Roofman for all your roofing needs for 3 generations. Go to roofmanusa.com or call 734-662-3300.
Fiocco inside the 1-800 Call Sam studio. Red Wings, Montreal, both teams locked up at 1 apiece after 2 periods, and both teams hungry for 2 points. Probably more needed by the Red Wings if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. It's a make it or break it type of game for Detroit. And speaking on the importance of this game and the season thus far, earlier today following morning skate, Alex DeBrincat spoke with the media. You'll hear him now here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're excited for this game. I think we know it's a big one, and, we know where we're at. We know how we can play, and, I think we're excited to go tonight.
Talking to Larkin yesterday, he talked about some of the themes throughout this point streak you guys are on. In your eyes, what do you see as some of the keys that you guys have been able to collect points?
I think our breaking out in D-zone has been a lot better these past couple games, and it's led to more offensive zone time and less defensive zone time. So, I feel like there's a lot of things in our game that have gotten better, but I think that's one that, we're moving more as a five-man unit, and,
making some good plays. So I think that's a big part of it.
How do you guys embrace the moment as well as not let it get too big in the game and shift by shift?
I think once you get out there, you obviously know it's an important game, but you're just playing. I think we got to take it one game at a time and just focus on the shift at hand and winning each shift. So I think we know what we have in this room and what we can do. So we're confident going in the game.
Todd's also talked about how it seems that you've had a lot of confidence on the defensive side of the puck. What are some ways that you've been working on that behind the scenes?
Personally? Yeah. I feel like, just trusting each other. I think out there is a big part. I think we trust the system, and for me personally, it's a lot easier to, trust that and trust the guys to be in a good spot. So I'm trying to just do my job and, let everything else play out. So, I feel like it's been good. It's been better. Still a lot to improve on for, as a team and personally. And, I think we're trying to take those steps.
That was Alex DeBrincat. His interview brought to you by Meijer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. And right now, we are going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. Red Wings and Canadiens evened up at 1 after 2. Detroit really needing a win, preferably one in regulation. We will see if they can pull that off in the third period. That's coming your way, along with the check-in on your out-of-town scoreboard. I'll have that for you next, here on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Official partner of the Detroit Red Wings.
Red Wings fans, get in the game at Dunham Sports to find great savings in every aisle. Since 1937, Dunham's has been bringing Red Wing fans the best values on the brand name sporting goods you want. Dunham's has your favorite brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Champion, Carhartt, Titleist, Bauer, Spalding, Warrior, Nordic Track, and many more at prices that are hard to beat. Get in the game and save at any of the 70 Michigan Dunham Sports locations.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability. When it comes to Coney's, nobody does it better than National Coney Island. With convenient locations throughout Metro Detroit to serve you, National has been a part of Detroit since 1965. And they're not just about Coney's. Bring in the family for some delicious chili fries, or pancakes, or a hand-dipped chocolate shake. They're all about the food you crave, and about being fast, fresh, and friendly at your local National Coney Island restaurant.
Wheel Nation memberships are officially on sale, and now is the best time to secure your seats for the Red Wings 2025-26 season. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/memberships today.
Dustin Fiocco from inside the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. It's a 1-1 hockey game out in Montreal. We'll get you out for that third period in just a moment. But right now, let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save. Some games with some big, we've said the word a lot, implications going on tonight for the playoffs. We'll start off with Buffalo, who's fighting to keep their very, 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 very slim playoff hopes alive. They need to win to do so, and they're up on Carolina 2-0, hoping to stay alive as long as possible. Meanwhile, Boston, no staying alive for them. They're at the bottom of the conference, but they are up 4-2 on the Devils. Devils looking for a win, because if they do win, they can keep their hopes alive by keeping the gaining a berth of the Eastern Conference playoff. They'll clinch that Meanwhile, if they lose Washington, they will win the division. Ottawa and Columbus leading that one 3-1. Ottawa, they can clinch a playoff spot as well if they win, but Columbus leading that by a pair of goals. Also up by a pair of goals, Penguins up 2-0 on the Blackhawks. Sidney Crosby with a goal, Brian Rust with a couple of assists. Florida leading Toronto 2-1 in the third, and Stars up on Vancouver after one. It is a 2-0 score in Vancouver. And it's a 1-1 score in Montreal. Red Wings tied up with the Canadiens, hunting for 2 points. We want to see that regulation win. Ken Cal and Paul Woods, they'll take it from here into the third period on the Red Wings Radio Network.
Well, one of the biggest periods of Red Wings hockey coming up here in Game 77 of the season. It's a 1-1 tie, and the Red Wings want to get the 2 points here and move on to Florida. Paul, want to win this one in regulation.
It's what every player, every coach dreams of, being in this situation. 20 minutes left to go in regulation time, a 1-1 time. And your playoff line, whatever happens tonight will affect your playoff lives. So both teams have a good opening third period of play. It's been a good battle through 2 original 16s in the first 40 minutes.
Montreal wins this game and move 8 points ahead of the Red Wings with just 5 games left. Not a lot of games remaining to catch up, and this is a must-win situation, I believe, for Detroit right here.
If the Red Wings win this hockey game, they'll cut the margin down to 4 points and then move on to take on the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The next 2 teams on this road trip, and momentum will definitely be behind them then if they can win this third period against the Canadiens, and most important, they got to do it in regulation.
Cole Caulfield tied up the hockey game. His goal at 16:29 from Matheson and Suzuki. And then a short time later, Comper had a wide-open net. And you got to give credit to defenseman Caden Gooley, who got a stick on it to deflect it wide. That was a wide-open net. Looked like it was going to go in.
He's underrated. He's got 3 shots on goal. He's second on ice time. Michael Matheson leads the team. Wayne Hudson, 3 for the Canadiens. Wings at 32 shots on goal through the first 40 minutes. Just one got behind Sam Montembeault. Got to get back to where they played in that opening period, and they dominated the game offensively.
Both teams have had 2 power plays, and both goals are even strength here tonight. Red Wing penalty killers doing a pretty good job over their last 6 hockey games, only allowing 1 power play goal against.
Rick Sutter leads all Red Wings as he usually does, 18:07. He's been outstanding all night long. Alex DeBrincat, 5 shots on goal.
Well, the season on the line for the Red Wings here. They got to get a victory. They want to win this third period as it's a 1-1 tie from the faceoff. Newhook got it ahead, and now it's lifted by Hudson slowly in behind the Red Wing goal. Wings are attacking left to right. Armia steals the outlet attempt by Detroit. Cooley and Raymond collide in the corner. Raymond wins the battle. Helping out for Detroit is Simon Edmondson. In behind the Red Wing goal, Petrie comes away with a puck, flips it end over end out to the Montreal blue line. Hudson steers it ahead to Gooley. Now quickly ahead to Slafkovsky in over the Red Wing line. Cuts wide, moves it out in front, hit the crossbar from a sharp angle, and turning with it, Wayne Hudson trying to get away from Kane. Does in the corner. Bounced it to the side of the goal. Slafkovsky centering attempt, skips to the blue line. Held in by Suzuki barely as he moves that puck around the board.
He's been on fire statistically. Suzuki up to 86 points on the season after a very slow start.
Tip it ahead. Here's Elmer Soderblom up the right wing boards and backhands it to the side of Montembeault. Goes after it as Detroit's changing on the go. Kane with a feed in front for Dylan Larkin. Comes back to Soderblom with a turnaround shot left circle, and that one ends up out of play.
Didn't work out too well, but good work by Soderblom down that right side. Aggressive forechecking, kept that bouncing puck alive. He came back out front and turned and fired at one post, but unfortunately bounced off his stick before it got through to Sam Montembeault.
Minute and 5 gone by here in the third period. Red Wings have the faceoff where they want it. Circle to the right of Sam Montembeault. Dylan Larkin out there with DeBrincat and Kane. Canadians win the faceoff. Sticked off a leg to the open side of the ice. Suzuki hustles after it, chips it off the boards and out in front of the penalty box. Sider rolls it down to Kane. Outlets it to center, and Larkin to deflect it to the side of Montembeault. Matheson turned it over in the right corner, bounced away from DeBrincat, and allows Cole Caulfield to lift it out to center ice. Sherratt knocked it down with his glove. Caulfield steals, make that new hook. Got it over the line to Nick Suzuki. Cuts inside, has an opening, turns and fires, and that's blocked by Sider. And the puck gloved into the corner. Canadians can't touch it, so DeBrincat will come out of his own zone with the puck slowly out towards his own line, shovels it over to Sider. Out in front of the penalty box, he'll work it high off the glass and skip it into the corner. Here's Berggren with a shot, and that's deflected around to the right side, held in by Hall.
He's had a strong game, Jonathan Berggren. 3 shots on goal for him. Good team breakout for the Canadiens. Josh Anderson moving it for zone. Over the flip dump pass, knocked down by Justin Hall.
Hall knocked it down with his glove. Gallagher chased him into his own zone, but he drops it off to Albert Johansson. Out to center ice, Berggren to deflect it in behind the Montreal net. Berggren goes in after it with Savard. Savard turns away from Berggren in the corner. Now he lifted it back towards the top of the circle. Anderson finds Dvorak with a feed at center. He'll push it into the corner for Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher collides with Johansson. Now it's loose into the left corner. Dvorak pumped it back on the line. Here is Struble with a shot. He fired one wide of the goal. Rebound, Rasmussen left wing. Out to center ice. Dvorak lost an edge, and now it's Savard to tap it in behind his own goal. Getting there first is Craig Smith of Detroit. Swings it back on the line. Edvardson's shot was blocked, and now the Canadiens come back. Newhook over the Red Wing line, and stepping in front of him is Petrie to slow him up. Wings outlet it. Look down here is Mott now to play it down to the side of the Montreal goal. Off the bench on a change is Rasmussen. He's going to get there first. That nullifies the icing call. Game tied 1-1. We're in the third period, 16:45 to go.
He's had a good chance. Craig Smith did lots of good work down low, but unfortunately Simon Edmondson could not get that shot through towards the goal. Good pass by Edmondson here on the breakout to Raymond.
Raymond had his pocket pick, Joel Armia. And Raymond stole the puck, moves it ahead. Left side, Casper to Raymond, breaking in. He shoots, and that one wide of the goal. Great opportunity right there, and Armia comes back on a 2-on-2 over the blue line. Puck bounced away from him, and he still holds it in, though, and shot that puck off a stick and out of play.
Great chance for Lucas Raymond. Perfect cross-ice pass for Marco Casper. Quick that's a breakaway from the Canadian. The blue line walked in and just missed that far side. Sam Angelball had the net covered well. Wins that closer, taking a 2-1 lead.
Well, just thinking back over the course of this game, the Red Wings have had some opportunities, and maybe not so good a luck, though. Open net that Comfort had, and Raymond with a opportunity right there.
Well, I thought the Wings fell back in the second period, didn't play as well as they played in the opening period. Penalties are part of that problem, but they're right back the way they played in the opening period. Lots of pressure now on the Canadian defense. Dylan Larkin, another important face-off win for him.
Game tied 1-1, 16:15 to go, third period. Here's Larkin out of his own zone through the center ice circle. Stick handles over the Canadiens line and plays offside, and making the call, Evan Mills, the linesman.
Well, Alex DeBrincat did all he could. He was coming down the right side, and Dylan Larkin was going from the right to the left, but Dylan was making one little more move to the outside, trying to get around the defenseman, and no chance for Alex DeBrincat to put the brakes on him.
How about the Buffalo Sabres? They've won 3 in a row. They're winning their hockey game tonight, and Alex Tuck has a 6-game point streak.
How about Chase Thompson's got 43 goals on the season. Lenny Ruff's got the Sabres turned around late again in the regular season for Buffalo.
Carrier flipped it ahead, Slavkovsky down the middle over the Red Wing line. Pulls the trigger, gloved off by Talbot. He will hang on top of the goal crease after that glove and save.
The guy really turning around for Buffalo was James Reimer, the former Red Wing goaltender. He's a veteran goaltender. A lot of people thought maybe he was done the National Hockey League, but all of a sudden he found his game, and that got the Sabres going. And now they're moving back up quickly, but not late enough, or not soon enough for the Buffalo Sabres. They've ran out of room. They won't make the playoffs for the 14th consecutive year.
For most of the season, the Sabres were in last spot in the Eastern Conference, but they've moved past Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and Boston, so right now they're on the 13th position, 12th position in the Eastern Conference.
You know, Chase Thompson's got 43 goals in the season, and he's now in the top 30-point players in the National Hockey. That's almost impossible to do.
Larkin scoring in the first, Cole Caulfield late goal in the second, 1-1 tie. Hudson, bothered from behind by Berggren.
Boy, Jonathan Berggren's a real strong game. He's worked extremely hard.
Stepping in front of Evans was Simon Edmondson. Into the corner in the Red Wing zone. They go crashing along the boards, and now picking it off is Tarasenko. Rink wide feed. Petrie handles it for Detroit. Slowly tapped it in behind the Montreal goal.
What a battle that was between Jake Evans and Simon Edmondson inside that Red Wing blue line.
Tarasenko turns away from a check of Newhook. Backhands it to the line to Johansson. Now to Justin Hall, his shot, looking for a tip in front, wide of the goal, short side. Patrick Laine to play it around the boards now to Struble.
Yeah, more good work. The Red Wings at third to line. The Cookio on the bench. Fresh players coming on the ice. 4th one on the ice right now for Todd McClellan.
5:05 gone by here in the third period. Game is tied 1-1. Canadians attacking right to left. Almost turn it over. Rasmussen trying to chip it to Mott. He does in the corner. Swings it off a skate. And now lifted by Gallagher out to center ice, and Hall to dump it around the boards deeper into the far corner. And Montreal in. Struble dropping it back as the Canadiens are changing on the go. And the Red Wings making a change, hopping over the boards for Detroit. That's Marco Kasper as Gooley up the left wing. Steers it into the corner in the Red Wing end. Quickly after was Christian Dvorak. Now here's Gallagher with a shot right side of the ice and gloved off by Cam Talbot.
He's an emotional leader, Brendan Gallagher. A lot of people thought his career in the NHL might have been over. Injury problems the last couple of years, but he has bounced back on the benches this season. Got off to a slow start, but again hit the 20-goal plateau. A very important third-line player for Martin St. Louis.
He's almost a point-per-game player, Gallagher, against the Red Wings. He has 30 points in 36 games played against the Wings.
And that third line, one of the better third lines in the National Hockey with Josh Anderson and Christian Dvorak. Big face-off coming up now. Nick Suzuki back out there with his line mates. Top line, Canadiens win the draw.
That's deflected away from Nick Suzuki in the left circle, and that one in the protective netting.
That was Lane Hudson back on the right point, aiming a nice cross-ice pass, and Nick Suzuki was wide open and a good defensive play by Detroit to take that scoring chance away. Marco Kasper now's got to bear down on his face-off against Suzuki.
But Paul, this is one of them games where you want to win in regulation.
Yeah, got to do it, exactly.
You can't enable Montreal to pick up any kind of points here in this game. They win the draw. It comes back on the line. Hudson. Stick handles with a puck. Heads up. Shoots the puck through traffic. And Talbot with the save. And Caulfield was screening the goaltender.
You know, he's got that same sort of lateral movement that Cale Makar's got, that the Quinn Hughes has got for Vancouver. They can go east and west and back and forth and put the brakes on. They use their edges extremely well. He's difficult to stay with. Lane Hudson's a good-looking young defenseman who should win the Calder Trophy.
Yeah, I'm hearing the music from the background, and it kind of reminds me of the old Forum. They used to have that trumpet player there, remember?
Right. Exactly right. Well, that was a great atmosphere inside the Forum. Great inside here, too, in the Center Bell Center.
Game tied 1-1. Caulfield on the line with a shot, stick to side, into the corner off the stick of Talbot. Larkin dumped it around the boards. Caulfield holds it in. Now it's intercepted by Larkin. Backhands that puck over the line. Patrick Kane with a bouncing puck. In after it in the corners, DeBrincat turns away from traffic. Stick handles, try to center it out in front, ends up in behind the goal to Dylan Larkin. Larkin pushed it over to Kane. Now into the corner, Larkin to DeBrincat. Back to the blue line, it comes to Kane. Quick pivot, turns, fires in front. And that one through a maze of legs. Slavkovsky scoops it up to the Canadiens. Rink wide feed to Suzuki.
Wings have tightened, Montreal's tightened up their defense. It's difficult right now. The Wings get shots through to Sam Montembeault.
Turning with it is Carrier. And now he'll circle back to behind his own goals. Both teams are changing on the go.
Well, the Wings have done a good job defensively as well, holding Montreal just 15 shots on goal.
Wings have 33. Game tied 1-1. Puck deflected down into the Red Wing zone. Edmondson will pick it up. Petrie lost an edge. He goes down. Lost his stick. Now picks it up as Gallagher stick handles with it in the corner. Now to Dvorak up the side. And now it's intercepted by Tarasenko. Quick feed ahead to Berggren, up across the Montreal line. Skates wide into the corner. Swings it out in front. Skip back to the line of Johansson. Now to Berggren, left circle with a weak shot to the front of the goal. Montembeault to save. Gallagher tapped it up the left wing. Dvorak skates up the left side, out the center. Cuts over the Red Wing line. Drops it off. Here's Lane Hudson going wide. Into the corner, put on the brakes. Brings it back to the line. Put the brakes on Hell to get away from him. Shoots the puck in front. Redirected by Anderson just wide of the right goal post. Anderson can't believe it. He thought he had one there. Hudson now races over away from Berggren. Into the right corner. Crowd cheering. They like what they see from the youngster. Now Evans will pick it up and roll it into the corner for Dvorak. Dvorak brings it back to the blue line. Listen to this crowd. Pass in front, knocked away. Scramble out in front of the goal. Here's Dvorak with a shot off a stick and wide of the goal. Struble holds it in. Red Wings reeling a little bit inside their own zone. Anderson pumped it back on the line to Gooley. Gooley with a shot. It's blocked by Tarasenko, and that allowed the Red Wings to change.
You can imagine Lane Hudson, usually the best looking in the National Hockey, but Josh Anderson just did miss that wide open net. The Wings does a major bullet.
How about that Lane Hudson? Crowd favorite. And they appreciated his hustle out there as the Red Wings pick it up at center ice. Newhook got it to line A. Trickled it over the line. Edmonds with a shot, and that one gloved off by Talbot, top of the crease.
And again, he's like Cale McCarr, and he's like Quinn Hughes. They get you in open ice, and they've got that lateral movement back and forth, side to side. It's difficult to stay with them. Wings dodged a major bullet right there.
Every time the Red Wings score a goal this season, it's the DT Energy Light the Lamp goal. We've got a timeout. 11:26 to go in the third period. Red Wings won, and the Montreal Canadiens won. And this is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
America's favorite place to watch sports is Stadium Swim, located at Circle Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. Chill in one of our 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of our massive screen. Located at Circle Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circlelasvegas.com.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's with deep brain stimulation and outsmarting blood clots in seconds instead of days. Because this is your time to take control of your health. And it's time to show that together, we can. Corewell Health.
If you're looking for a meaningful career with lots of room to grow, both professionally and personally, consider UWM. We're one of the largest companies in Michigan, big enough to offer impactful roles in a wide range of specialties. But you'll also find a community of fellow team members ready to welcome, train, and support you. So no matter what stage you're at in your career, you'll find your fit at UWM. Check out uwmcareers.com and apply today.
Tempo picking up here in the third, a 1-1 tie. Larkin scoring in the first, Cole Caulfield tying it up late in the second. Montreal buzzing in the Red Wing zone. We've got a face-off coming up now, circle to the left of Talbot with 11:26 to go in the third. Big 2 points on the table. Red Wings get it out to center. Kane to Larkin up across the Montreal line. Puts it out in front. A one-time shot there by DeBrincat. Bounced over, stick into the corner.
Nice try by Dylan Larkin. A little saucer pass. It just skipped over the stick of Alex DeBrincat. Here they come again. Ben Trott. Good job of getting it across that blue line.
Larkin chopped it in front. Here's DeBrincat with a chance. That one ends up off the stick and wide of the goal. Suzuki on the rebound. Up the right side. Skates out the center. Pulls away from traffic. Drops it into his own zone. Now they regroup. Matheson to Suzuki over the Red Wing line. Crowd buzzing. Checked along the near wing by Slater, kicked it out to center ice. Here's Kane now on the attack, 1-on-3, buying some time, tried to sweep it over to Larkin, broken up, and Suzuki from center to toss it slowly into the corner in the Detroit end.
Yeah, Wings got to get on the attack, and it just can't be one player like that, Patrick, against 3 defensemen. So they got to get on the attack and come as a group. Here comes Raymond, working hard down the right side.
Raymond coming to a brick wall by Caden Dooley right there, went down.
That kid's underrated, Caden Dooley. He's a very good defenseman.
Bounced away from Petrie, now hustling after it. Newhook trying to beat Petrie to the outside, makes his way into the corner. Good hustle by Newhook. Petrie not giving up on the play to tap it into the corner.
In desperation mode that time by Jeff Petrie, just barely got that puck away from him.
Wings kick it forward. Here comes Raymond. He had some big goals last season against Montreal in the final couple of games. He had an opportunity here early in the third, but Montembeau made a save on him. Halfway through the third period, 9:52 to go, and it's a 1-1 tie. Quick change by both of these two teams. Johansson in behind the Red Wing goal, brings it down the middle. Hands it off right side for Hall. Over the Montreal line, he'll dump that puck around the boards into the corner. Savard had it knocked away by Tarasenko into the corner, picking it up. Centering attempt, and that one's blocked. It comes to the line. Johansson holds it in. Around the boards it comes to Tarasenko. Into the high slot, intercepted by Evans. Anderson taps it into the corner. Gallagher in behind the Red Wing goal. Hansen had his helmet knocked off. He kind of go to the bench. Now look out, a feed pass in front, and they score. Tapping it in, Anderson. Kind of a strange play because Johansson lost his helmet. Anderson was in front, got the feed, deflected it home, and Montreal Montreal leads 2-1.
He was wrong brewing this appeared by Cam Mattel, but this time it's a bang-bang play, and Albert Johansson maybe doesn't understand the rule, but it wouldn't matter either way. It's going to be a minor penalty, but a perfect cross-ice pass. And the big power forward, Josh Anderson, came back out front. The net's wide open. No mistake this time. 2-1 Montreal.
Bad break. Johansson was reaching to put his helmet on, and wide open there was Anderson, and deflected it in.
Here's that third line again for Montreal Canadiens. They got so much miles at third and the fourth line. There was Christian Dvorak with a perfect cross-ice pass to give the Canadiens a lead.
Now the Red Wings trail now 2-1. Sider inside his own zone. This is how the Canadiens have been playing. They've been outshot by a lot of teams. They just hang in there.
And a lot of comeback victories for the Montreal Canadiens. Get down after 2 periods of play, but they find a way in the third period. Still plenty of time left in this one, though. 8:49 in regulation.
They get off the slow starts. Red Wings outshot them 24-5, but then they find a way to hang in there. Now Anderson's goal here in the third period, halfway through, and they've got the lead 2-1.
The speed level saw high that time, and again, you can't blame him, Albert Johansson. He just was caught in no man's land. He's got no helmet on, didn't know what quite to do. They're coming down, and he wasn't involved in the play, but big break for the Montreal Canadiens.
The Canadiens dump it into the Detroit end. Here is DeBrincat scooping it up for the Red Wings. He's tripped, penalty coming up, and Slavkovsky's protesting, but an opportunity for the Red Wings here on the power play to try and tie it up. They desperately need a power play goal here.
January Slavkovsky slowly makes his way to the penalty box. Wings maybe got a bit of a break that time. It happened right in front of the Red Wing goal, so he almost forced the referee's hand, and Detroit definitely gets the opportunity now to tie it back up at 2-2 apiece.
Now doesn't like it, tripping the call to Slavkovsky. Always talked about timely power play goals, where the Red Wings need one here. Pausing the action, 8:36 to go in the third period. Montreal 2, Red Wings 1. We'll be back with the Wings power play in a moment. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, and we support the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Easter is coming, and Dearborn brand would like to help you celebrate this special time with family and friends with the best torch-glazed spiral ham in America today. Available all over Metro Detroit and at our Dearborn and Roseville factory stores. Visit DearbornBrand.com for locations near you and to see our mouth-watering selection of hams, sausage, famous kielbasa's, and snacks. Remember, it's DearbornBrand.com and discover the delicious taste of tradition that is Dearborn brand.
To grow your business in the cloud, you need to make sense of your data, and Dynatrace makes it possible. With end-to-end observability powered by AI, you can unlock the insights hidden in your data, innovate faster, deliver better user experiences, and see your business like you've never seen it before. That's the power of possible. That's the power of Dynatrace. Find out how and try it for free at Dynatrace.com. That's Dynatrace.com.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com. Slavkovsky up for tripping at 11:24. Big opportunity for the Red Wings right here on the power play to try and tie it up after Anderson has given the Montreal Canadiens a 2-1 lead.
Wings got a break on that call. Slavkovsky actually let go of the stick. He didn't have the stick. The stick actually tripped up Alex DeBrincat. He wasn't holding on, and he's got an argument that probably isn't a minor penalty, and hopefully the Wings can take advantage.
Red Wing power play brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Wings need to score here to get back into this game, and now the Canadians shoot it all the way down the ice.
Play by Michael Matheson, a little spinorama, took some valuable time off the clock. Here comes Rick Sider, he'll dump it back.
Patrick Kane out to center ice for Detroit, now to DeBrincat. Over on the left side, here's Larkin, now to Sider. Pass Pass off a stick, Wings hold it in though. Raymond got the feed, moving in, shoots the puck, save made. Montembeau did the splits in the goal crease, came up with a glove hand save.
Hasn't been a busy goaltender. Lucas Raymond had a breakaway early in this third period, could have gave the Red Wings a lead. That time he came down the right side after a good play at the blue line by Larkin. Just missed tying it up at 2 goals apiece.
Montembeau 4-0 in his last 4 hockey games. He, like Talbot, just allowed 7 goals in his last 4 games.
Still plenty of time left in this Red Wing power play. 1:32 left in the minor penalty to Slavkovsky. Larkin gets sets for the faceoff.
Ward chopped it into the corner, now played off the boards away from Kane at the right point, now to center ice.
Different set in the power play that time. Kane back to the blue line, sider down low. Rich just couldn't get there in time after Canadians won a crucial faceoff.
Raymond up across the Montreal line, pass over to DeBrincat, slides it in behind the Montreal net. Larkin in after the puck, now it's scooped up along the right side and played all the way down the ice by DeBoer. Talbot bounced it off the boards, came out to Larkin at center ice, now to DeBrincat. Quickly over the Montreal blue line, 2-1 lead for the Canadians, 7:35 to go in regulation. Larkin with a feed in front off the leg. Line pass by DeBrincat to the left point, nobody there, and Sider's got to retrieve it now deep in his own end.
You've got to stay away from him. Just takes a lot of valuable time and pressure away from the Montreal Canadiens.
Here comes Comper quickly over the Montreal blue line. Bumped it off the boards to himself. Plays it around the wing to Berggren. Now to Comper. Laid it around the right side for Tarasenko. In behind the goal to Comper. Shovels it around the boards. Now for Berggren again. To the blue line. Edmondson shoots the puck. Trying to tip in front Comper. Rebound Comper behind the Canadian goal. Now to Berggren, left circle. Moving in. Shoots the puck in. That one was off of the goaltender Montembeau and out of play.
You're going to have those sharp angle shots, low percentage of chance for the Red Wings, and you're going to get that move that puck back in the blue line, get in that slot area, and try and get a grade A scoring chance. Still some time left in the power play, 16 seconds left. Yuri Slavkovsky's tripping call. Time becoming a factor now, 6:51 left in regulation time. Red Wings season on the line. 2-1 Montreal.
All of our plays under review this season brought to you by 1-800-CALL-SAM and our locker room interviews brought to you by McLaren Health, McLaren and the Carmanis Cancer Institute, your best chance.
Yes, after wins a draw.
Tarasenko misfires from the right circle on a one-timer. Berggren checked by Evans in along the boards. Dug it loose though, slides it in the slot, nobody there. DeBoer, he's going to get penalty killer, finds the opening and shoots it down the ice. Penalty is over, Slavkovsky is on, the Red Wings fail to connect with a man advantage.
And the blind pass in the power play after Jonathan Berggren did some good work along the boards.
Here's Nick Suzuki winding it up at center ice. Time winding down, 6:20 to go in regulation. Canadians lead 2-1. Mott in the corner. Hands it up the wing. Suzuki intercepted it, lifts it back in the line. Here's Lane Hudson with a shoulder fake on Craig Smith. Sticks it deeper into the corner for Yuri Slavkovsky. Checked along the corner boards by Mott. Suzuki dug it loose, got it to Hudson at the line. He shoots the puck right side of the ice, a deflection, and Cam Talbot with a big save as Puffield, looking for his second goal of the game, deflected it.
Kept the season alive right there. Cam Talbot, that shot from the left point came all the way through. Pulled foul from a sharp angle. Let it go with Hudson just inside the blue line. Canadians that close to taking the 3-1 lead.
Well, we'll be back with the final 5:58 of the third period. Montreal with a 2-1 lead over the Red Wings. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. We know that when you're hurt, hiring a law firm with the most experience can mean the difference between getting everything you deserve or walking away empty-handed. We're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm. Our lawyers have over 600 years of collective experience. 600 years. And that matters because more experience means more money and more wins for our clients. Our experience pays. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need. And we'll be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Wings fans, skate into bliss this season with Carbliss, the no-carb, no-sugar, 100-calorie premium vodka cocktail. With power play flavors like black raspberry, pineapple, cranberry, and lemon lime, there's a Carbliss flavor for everyone. Find ice-cold Carbliss at Little Caesars Arena all season long, at retailers near you and at drinkcarbliss.com. Carbliss, an official ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
Well, everybody's standing here in Montreal, and they are cheering their Canadiens. Josh Anderson's goal, snapping a 1-1 tie halfway through this third period. Montreal leading 2-1. Kane outlets it. Didn't clear it out. Bounces into the high slot. To Brinkett right out in front of his own goal will regroup. Swings it out to center. Broken up. Evans will toss it right back into the Red Wing end. 5:40 to go in regulation. 2-1 lead for Montreal. Here comes Kane up across the Canadiens line. Over to Dylan Larkin. Drop feed, Ben Sherrod in the slot. Seider with a blast. Right of the goal, the rebound. Sweeping at it is to Brinkett. Right circle feed to the blue line. Backpedaling his way there. Seider to Sherrod. Carrier blocked his shot in the high slot. Larkin swept it over. Here's the Brinkett. Toe drags. Moves the puck. Shot taken by Alex DeBrincat. Save made Montembeault. He's got a couple of chances. Now dug loose around the boards, hustling after Sherrod for getting their first new hook to deflect it away from Ben and down the ice and throw.
Known for his defense, they got him from Colorado. He's become a very good player now. Alex, a new hooker. It's an outstanding chip for the Red Wings. Their top line was out there, two best defensemen. Here they come again quickly. Marco pass, but that play broken up at the Canadian blue line.
4:50 to go. 2-1 lead for Canadians. Hudson after the loose puck in the corner in his own end. Helping out is Caden Gooley. Now Soderblom stole the puck, moves in behind the net. He's need a goal here. Comes back to the middle of the blue line. It eluded Johansson and Edmondson, and all the way down the ice it goes.
Just another unforced error by the Wings in the offensive zone. Another forward just trying to find the defense without good looking.
Canadians with a 1-goal lead, 2-1, 4:20 to play. Season on the line for the Red Wings. Here's Edmondson up across the Montreal blue line. Knocked down into the slot. Soderblom stick cannon his way through traffic. Moved it back in the line to Seider. Pass to Edmondson. In behind the goal to Marco Kasper. Now he let it go into the corner for Big Elmer Soderblom. Soderblom checked along the near side by Gooley, the defenseman for Montreal. Hustling after the puck. Hudson in behind his own goal. Put on the brakes. Steers it into the corner. Good work by Raymond. Picking it up. Cuts into the high slot. Shoots the puck, and that's blocked. Never made it through to Montembeault.
Well, Hudson's a stick. He actually takes one from the forward. Now the puck came out past the blue line. Great work again by Raymond. The shot just didn't get through.
Here's Comfer winding it up at center, and he'll float it down into the corner in the Canadiens' end. 3.5 to go in regulation. 2-1 lead for Montreal.
You can see the desperation of the Red Wing players right now. They picked it up a notch.
Here's Suzuki. Pass off the skate of Caulfield. That allows Berggren to pick it up to Detroit. Skate away from Cole Caulfield. Makes his way over the line. Drops it off to Comfer. Feeds it into the corner for Tarasenko. Around the boards to Comfer off his stick. Slavkovsky with a feed over the line to Cole Caulfield in front of Nick Suzuki, and he hit the side of the goal. Ran out of real estate. The puck goes into the corner, and now Tarasenko pushed it ahead to Jonathan Berggren.
It's a very calm, good defensive play by the veteran defenseman Jeff Petrie, not overreacting as Suzuki got back in behind that goal line. He tried to bounce it off and net to get it back out front.
Keep an eye on Talbot for the extra attacker here. 2:47 to go. Puck deflected out of play off the stick of Craig Smith under the Montreal players' bench. Well, you have our hardest working players still working on it.
Let's work on it a little bit longer. I definitely got a guy in mind, but just want to see how this turns out a little bit.
All of our overtimes and critical face-off this year brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. Cam Talbot looks like he's making his way over to the end of the Red Wing bench. And with 2:44 to go, Canadians leading 2-1. The Red Wings will pull Talbot for the extra attacker.
We're going to go with 5 forwards, one defenseman. That's Maritza Seider, of course. Elmer Soderblom, he'll come out. He'll be the guy in front of the net. You got the Brinkett, you got Kane, you got Larkin, you got Seider, Raymond. Martin St. Louis says he wants some time to think this over and get the good matchups out there for his team.
Red Wings travel to Florida tomorrow. They'll take on the Florida Panthers in Sunrise, Florida on Thursday, and then the next night in Tampa to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And the big thing in these situations, obviously, is a face-off. And again, we'll see what Martin St. Louis does. He put out the third line, the fourth line with Jack Evans, or does he go back to the top line with Nick Suzuki to win the draw against Dylan Larkin?
Montreal, 85 points, final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. Red Wings, 79 points.
Sam Bonamo, he seemed shaky to me in that opening period of play, but I'll tell you what, he's settled down. He's actually made some big saves now in the second and third period, and especially that clear-cut breakaway, Lucas Raymond, in this third period when it was a 1-1 tie.
Wings out shooting Montreal, 36-19, but trail 2-1. Montembeault puts the helmet on, makes his way between the pipes in the end to our right. Red Wings like to get an early goal here and tie it up, get something out of this hockey game as Larkin is set for the face-off against Gallagher. Make that Evans.
Jake Evans out there with Nick Suzuki, and Joel Armia is a big, strong power forward.
From the draw, the puck swept in behind the Montreal goal, scooped up by Matheson. Lifts it up the left wing all the way down the ice, and this is a quick icing call charged against Montreal, 2:38 to go.
You and I have had this conversation a lot as of late, and again, these guys just get that puck on their stick, and again, for me, I'm not sure why he wouldn't flip it up to the neutral zone, and the ice, it's a good thing for the Red Wings. Now puts more pressure again on Jake Evans or Nick Suzuki on the face-off against Dylan Larkin.
This time the face-off to the left of Montembeault, the goaltender. Larkin in for the face-off against Evans again.
You see a fourth-line player going against a first-line player in this situation. That's how good defensively he is, Jake Evans.
From the draw, it's pushed into the far corner. Joel Armia, first man of the puck, picks it up, didn't clear it out. Raymond holds it in, slaps it around the end boards. He's like getting to it in the corner. Now Soderblom in behind the net, pushes it down into the right corner. Larkin in there with a check on Mike Matheson. They still battle away for it. 2:20 on the clock. Chopped in behind the net. Pass in front, comes over to Sider, right circle, brings it back to the blue line. Patient with it, throws it over on the left side towards for Raymond. Off the stick of DeBrincat and behind the goal. Carrier got it into the corner. Failed attempt to clear by Montreal. Second effort, Joel Armia bounces a backhand the length of the ice. Sider scooping it up for Detroit. 1:50 to go. Season on the line for Detroit. Raymond dumping it down low. Gooley in the right corner. Pitched it up the right wing board. Soderblom got it deeper into the corner. Got away from DeBrincat. Now Evans slaps it off the glass and out to the Red Wing blue line. Sider handles it for Detroit with 1:35 remaining.
Both teams extremely tired. Long shift for both teams.
Kane up across the Montreal line. Flips it around the boards. He's not getting any shots on goal here. Pass in front to Soderblom. Knocked away and driven all the way down the ice by the Canadiens. Hustling after it, Sider. Icing the call against the Canadiens with 1:18 to go.
And the Wings won't mind this now. Put some fresh players on the ice. No same 5 tired players must out to the Montreal Canadiens. We hope it's a turning point in the hockey game with 1:18 left in regulation time.
Tom McClellan's going to call a timeout right here. Taking all the time possible, and now he'll call the timeout with 1:18 to go.
And the Montreal Canadiens won't mind that.
All right, Paul, let's get to our hardest working player, brought to you by Carhartt, proud to support Red Wing hockey and all the hardworking people who make it possible.
It's going to be a trio of Red Wings to get the award tonight. Dylan Larkin, the Red Wing captain, his best game in quite some time. The only goal so far tonight before the Red Wings come off his stick. Lucas Raymond has really played hard as well. Has a couple of great chances. Those two have been great. And then back on the blue line, Ritza Sider playing like he had played most of the first part of the season. He's been outstanding back there as well. And those three will share the hardest working player award tonight.
Critical face-off coming up deep in the Montreal zone, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
Alex Tanguay out there talking to Red Wings players. It's going to be the same 6 guys going right back out there. The guys at Galmer Soderblom, you mentioned a little bit in your call as well, when you're out there and everything, your job is to get the puck wherever it goes, fast you possibly can, use that big body, protect it, give it to a teammate, let them work their magic. And you've got to move fast in that offensive zone every split second, critically important.
Yeah, Matheson had all the time in the world to pick up that puck, and nobody was on him.
Right on. Big face-off now coming up. The Red of Sam, Montembeau's been really good in the second and third period. Larkin, of course, would take it for the win.
Really, you want to get the 2 points in regulation, but right now you just want to get something out of this game. Red Wings trying to tie it up. 2-1 Montreal, wins with a draw. Get it set up down low. DeBrincat with a feed across for Kane, broken up by Anderson. Now here's Gallagher with the empty net score. He shot that puck from about 15 feet inside his own blue line, all the way down the ice. And Montreal now leading 3-1.
They've done it time and time again going down the stretch. Montreal Canadiens, they hold on over the 6th consecutive win, but they just find a way to come back in the third period of play. The Wings got off to a great start the opening period. Canadiens settled down, played better in the second period, much better here in the third period. They're now with 3-1 lead with very little time left in regulation. 21 goals in the season for the veteran forward, Brendan Gallagher.
He's had good numbers, we mentioned, against the Red Wings in 37 games played, 31 points. They're now 19 goals against Detroit.
He's definitely a fan, that favorite here, the Montreal Canadiens, the fans, and the coaching staff and his players as well. And another frustrating loss for the Red Wings. Let's say a miraculous comeback.
A goal by Gallagher ties Bob Gainey. 239 career goals. What a player Gainey was. Empty net, long pass out. Here is Suzuki with an empty net and scores. Well, the Wings just trying to get something going. They had Talbot cold, and it's now 4-1.
Look at the box score, and one think, well, that wasn't even close. The Montreal Canadiens must have dominated the Red Wings, but it wasn't the case, especially in that first period of play. You got to give Martin St. Louis credit. His team settled down, played much better in periods number 2 and number 3.
Gallagher and Suzuki with empty net goals. 3-goal lead, 4-1.
87 points on the season now for the Montreal Canadiens. The Wings now 8 points behind the Montreal Canadiens, which is 5 games left on their schedule.
Now the turnaround was when Johansson lost his helmet, and he was picking it up. Anderson was open to the right side, deflected the eventual game winner behind Talbot. Made it 2-1.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Montreal captain has really come alive these last 10, 15 games. Nick Suzuki now up to 87 points on the season. Just great balance up front. Their top 2 lines are good. Their third and fourth lines are great. Good back on the blue line. Both teams all right.
But mathematically speaking, the Red Wings are still in it, but it's almost impossible to come back now as Laine brings it up across the blue line. Tarasenko bumped it ahead. 4-1 lead for the Canadiens. Under a minute to go. In the slot, here's a chance by Newhook. He fired one wide of the goal. Edmondson on the rebound. And it tapped away into the slot. Pass right circle. Newhook in the corner. Montreal keeps buzzing in that Red Wing zone, trying to add to their lead. 15 seconds to go in the game. Canadiens about to move 8 points ahead of the Red Wings in the standings. Laine left circle making his way in. Dropped it back for Gouli. Now to Laine into the corner, and there goes the Sire. This game is over. And the Montreal Canadiens move 8 points ahead of the Red Wings. They have the final wild card spot. Mathematically speaking, the Red Wings are still in it, but it's a long way uphill for Detroit now, and their hopes to try and get into the playoffs. Final score tonight, Montreal 4 and the Red Wings 1.
The magic number for the Canadiens was a 4 before the game. Number for the Canadiens was a 4 before the game was played tonight.